ESPN had this to say about the Niners offense without Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy, hope he gets well. If he doesn't play, I do not expect them to skip a beat. I think they will be just fine with Sam Darnold. I have constantly believed that if Sam Darnold was placed on a team that was similar to San Francisco, he would play worthy of that top draft pick. This young man has been weathered. He's mentally been through it all. He's the most talented quarterback physically that Kyle Shanahan has had in that offense, at least since Matt Ryan. So that's 6 or 7 years. Out of all due respect to Brock Purdy, he's a really good player. This offense will be just fine with Sam Darnold.
This offense will be just fine with Sam Darnold. Anybody believe that? Anybody believe that?
Won't skip a beat. So, okay, won't skip a beat from last week?
You're going to score 30-plus points. No, it means you're not going to skip a beat when you're playing at your optimal level. When you're scoring 30, 35, 42.
Yeah, so just me
you're
right
not skipping
now.
A beat.
Today, I don't agree with that. I mean, like, Brock was so good. Like, that, I think, to me, you're diminishing. His decision-making and processing was elite.
It was. And then the last 2 games happened.
And his ball placement and his accuracy and his ability to read the defense was elite. Right now, until I see it, I'm not saying that Darnold can't do it, but what I'm saying is that feels like I'm diminishing Brock, and that's so unfair to what I saw him do.
Let's go to Chris in Boston. Beantown in the building. What's up, Chris?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, man. Good.
So I have a little conspiracy for you, right?
Okay.
So you get Brock. He doesn't have all of his weapons. Trent Williams, Debo out. He gets 2 losses. Now, do you think after his last game versus the Vikings, he's taking pictures with Kirk Cousins? He's good. He's on the plane, thinking about Cincinnati, who's killing it on D right now. Essentially, I think they have like 7 sacks, 4 picks, where he sits this game and he has concussion. He starts,
concussion symptoms.
Maybe he gets a little nervous. He misses this game. Let Sam go up with less weapons, essentially opposed to him going up this week, maybe playing bad again, and then having Sam get all weapons when he comes back after the bye versus the Jags. Just kind of wondering what you think.
No, he's got to play the best guy. He's going to play the best guy. I don't believe in conspiracy theories in the NFL. That's just me.
I love me a tinfoil hat idea. Trust me. I mean, I'm like, I might be the originator of the tinfoil hat.
So you say.
Hey, you do this. See, this is, I love you, but you do. I wonder, which means you don't have to be attached to anything. You just wonder things out loud. And then when they come true, you pull a Steiny and say you've had a great year, which I'm okay with.
No. The people are telling me that I had a great year. Like the people call me king. I don't call myself king.
Wait.
Y'all do that.
Do you hear that?
Y'all do that. Wonder.
And I wonder. Here's what
happened to Darnold Lights and up.
Here's what I wonder. This is what I wonder. I think the injury, this is reckless speculation.
Oh, my gosh.
My gut talking. I'm wondering out loud. I want you to roll with me on this. I think the injury is real. I think the concussion is real.
Yes, it's not.
But I wonder if it doesn't make for a opportunistic coincidence.
Oh.
For Shanahan to get himself a look at Sam Darnold.
Oh, he's going to risk a game in which they're competing.
No.
They want home field advantage.
Me. The guy's injured.
Okay.
But it's an opportunistic opportunity to just get a look at Darnold. Possibly. I wonder. See, now that is that how it's done?
Kind of. But I do wonder some things.
I wonder.
It just goes through my head.
James Harden's situation.
Because you know why I wonder? Because, I had the James Harden situation. This guy's so unprofessional. It's not even funny. They should send his ass to Beijing. I'm telling you. Go play for the Beijing Ducks, dude. Man. You got, Bob Myers? Where's it at? Here's Bob Myers. Hey, we're not going to do that right now. We'll do that at the end of the show. Send his ass to the Beijing Ducks. I'm so sick of James
Can we agree here? Shanahan clearly likes Darnold.
Yeah, no, my wondering.
Forget Purdy. He likes Darnold.
When I wonder something, and I do want to talk about it. And I do think that some of the things that I wonder about are true, or they could be wrong. But when you wonder,
you're
and you put them on Twitter. If I wonder and throw something out on Twitter, it's like, oh, you're an idiot.
Yeah,
dude.
no,
I
I
don't need that for my mental health.
Yeah, I agree.
But I do wonder if Sam Darnold looks electric on Sunday. I know how the fans are going to react. Trust me, that I do know.
Nick Mullins lit up the Raiders. Remember that?
No.
On that Thursday night?
That was the next year, though. Jimmy gets hurt. Nick Mullins lights up the New York Giants. And it was before that game. I said it on the pregame show that year. We were doing the pregame show. Oh, and then overtime. I said, if Nick Mullins lights up the New York Giants today, people are going to ask for him to start. And what happened? He lit up the New York Giants, and going into the Philly game, it was like, this is the game. He could take the job from Jimmy Garoppolo. Then he got benched in the fourth quarter. All right? So, but I know how this fan base works.
The swing pass.
That's the thing. I know how the fan base works here. I know this organization. I know Shanahan. I feel like I got a great read on Shanahan.
Oh, yeah?
Now, what he did to Steve Wilks, it fires me up. That was unprofessional from Kyle Shanahan. To call your D coordinator like that on the podium, that's not right, man. You don't do that to your coach. You do that behind the scenes.
What would Eddie D do?
Behind the scenes. Eddie D's different.
Timeout.
Eddie D's different.
Timeout.
Eddie D's different.
He fired a coordinator in the locker room.
But you know what?
In front of all the
But you know what, though? He was five rings deep. So he could do that. Shanahan don't got a championship. That was very unprofessional. You do that behind closed doors. Your D coordinator's working his ass off. They gave up 17 points against a minute, or 22 points and 6 in the second half, and you go up there and say this? Like, listen to this. Seriously, we're all mad at Steve Wilks, but this was very unprofessional from Kyle Shanahan, and I'm not afraid to say it.
Yeah, I think he knows. You guys, I think, talk to him tomorrow. He knows he messed up on that call. I have no problem with zero blitzes, especially when people need a lot of yards. You know, if you need to get 20 yards to kick a field goal, I have no problem with the zero blitz. But I do when there's 16 seconds left, and that's where he lost track. There was no necessary need for that just because of the time. I have no problem with the call. But, I mean, I have no problem with that play call, but when it's that time, you can't do that. It's not an option.
So,
why is that unprofessional?
To me, it's just, you do that behind closed doors. The guy's reeling. They gave us 6 points and gave you an opportunity to win twice.
Steve Wilks is making millions.
He's making millions, but this defense has been good for the most part this season. They had numbers number 1, number 2, number 3, all across the board going into the Cleveland game.
So we could critique. Kyle could come out and critique certain guys' play, but not one of the coordinators. I
just think you throw your suit. Yeah, I wouldn't make that call. That's a bad call. Like, hey, you guys can ask Steve Wilks that tomorrow about the call. We discussed it behind the scenes, and I'll leave it at that. That's what most coaches do.
Well, maybe he's suppressing some of the fury from the media by saying, I already handled it.
Andy Reid ever throw Steve Spagnuolo?
Well, I know for a fact Parcells done it.
Yeah, Parcells, but Parcells got cachet.
Well,
Parcells is a Super Bowl
Shanahan's
champ.
won 6 playoff games.
He ain't won no Super Bowl.
Come on.
And part of the reason why we ain't won no Super Bowl is his play calls.
Outside of Andy Reid, he's one of the more winning coaches in the last 6 years.
And part of the reason why we haven't won the ultimate goal is because Shanahan's play calls, right?
All right.
Situational football, right?
That
you know when to use a timeout, right?
That what I would agree with.
When to go for it, right?
But I've never seen him be that egregious.
Right? You want to start calling Shanahan out? We do that, and all of a sudden, oh, you're Shanahan haters. I just think that was uncalled for. I'm not afraid to say it.
Well, to me, it was him putting the DC on notice, and I really don't have a problem with it.
So put the DC on notice.
I mean, this is $1 billion corporation. You screw up at Apple, you're going to hear about it.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, behind the scenes.
I don't know about that.
How many
what
behind the
calls
scenes
are for. Earning calls, they will call people out. Disney, for example, ESPN's been going through a lot of stuff. Kathleen Kennedy has been thrown out on the carpet by the big higher ups at ESPN and at Disney,
wrong. And that's wrong.
No,
that's not right.
She gets paid a lot of money.
That's not right. I don't care how much money you get paid. That's not right. Matt, he could come in here and say, we sucked. Hey, your ratings stunk, blah, 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 blah. That would be unprofessional to do that on the airways with us live, right? Right?
Again, I'm not getting paid millions of dollars and have a mistake of that magnitude in that situation.
Okay, but they gave up 6 points in the second half. The play didn't cost you the game. Your quarterback cost you the game by throwing 2 interceptions. Right?
We can debate that till the chicken.
Or we're going to blame the concussion.
There's a variety of reasons.
What do you guys want to blame this say? We're going to blame everybody but Shanahan and the quarterback.
Has taken enough. We criticize Shanahan daily.
I love Shanahan as a coach. I don't want another coach, but I just thought that was unprofessional. We've all beat up Steve Wilks all week long. The players beat up Steve Wilks. He's heard about it from Shanahan. He's probably heard about it at halftime. Then he go to the podium and you still throw him under the bus? Yeah, I'm good off that.
Well,
that's not right,
how
man.
are you sure?
That's not
like
right.
the players themselves came out and were frustrated
You don't think
with the play calling.
You don't think Steve Wilks and Shanahan had a conversation before that Wednesday presser about the play call?
Oh, I'm sure they absolutely did. And you know what? Like, it's Shanahan's organization. So, like, at this point, right. I'm in on Shanahan. Right. I'm going to lean as right. Not that he could do no wrong, but in this circumstance, when Fred Warner's talking about it, when Bosa's talking about it, and you read between the lines, clearly something's up with Wilks.
One game.
I think he's on notice.
One blown call. All right. Well, nobody's saying anything about Steve Wilks 2 weeks ago. One blown call. And you know what the call's doing, too? And I've seen it with the media here. And I've seen it with some of the fans. And I've seen it all.
Wilks is being set up as a fall guy?
I'm sniffing it out.
What's that?
I'm sniffing it out. Sniffed it out. We got scapegoats. Built-in scapegoats. Built-in scapegoats.
How about Wilks just screwed up?
Gabe Kapler built this scapegoat for the Giants.
Well, that I agree with.
So Farhan still on
but on this, but why can't it just be like, it was a horrible call?
It was. It was a horrible call.
Why does the truth hurt people so much?
The truth doesn't hurt. We all saw that it was a horrible call. But you're going to go up there? You're going to go up there and throw him under the bus when I've seen your play calls in big games go awry?
When I have 40% of my cap on just the D-line and they're underperforming, when I'm paying the middle linebacker.
How's that on Steve Wilks?
You're the architect of that defense.
Hargrave, Armstead, Bosa, Farrell, Drake Jackson, Randy Gregory, you go get quarterback.
Well,
how hard is that? What do you want, Steve Wilks to go pass rush for him now? What does Steve Wilks got to do with the defensive line?
Stop running man out there and play some zone. You got no man corners.
They get cooked either way.
Well,
I watched them play zone all the first half against the Rams, and they got torched.
Top 5 yearly to what they are now.
Oh, man. Because they don't have the same personnel. Their DBs are getting cooked. They brought in Isaiah Oliver to play the side. He sucks.
They have the exact same team, and they added Javon Hargrave, and somehow the defense has not been as good. So I do think we deserve answers.
They gave up 22 and 19. They gave up 19 points against the Browns, 22 against the Vikings, 6 in the second half. Yeah, that's all on the defense, and they're slipping. They gave up 10 against the Cowboys. Nobody said nothing about the defense.
Something's up with the D.
They shut out the Rams in the second half. Nobody said it. They gave up 7 to Pittsburgh in week 1. They gave up 12 to the New York Giants. Come on, man. Come on. We're going to blame it all on Steve Wilks. We're going to throw him under the bus like that. That was unprofessional by Kyle. And I'm not afraid to take him to task for that.
That I agree with. It's not all on Steve Wilks. It's not all. It's not.
That's just unprofessional from the head coach.
Steve Wilks also told this organization, hey, I'm going to take your job and run that defense, not the defense that I know. I will run your defense. That's why Vic Fangio is not here. He wanted to run a 3-4. They didn't want him to do it. Secondarily, he goes, I have to have Isaiah Oliver. And I think we can all agree, Isaiah Oliver stinks.
Well, you know, it's funny. When Crocker joined us, not the last time before the Browns game, but before that, he said Shanahan was a real D coordinator. Shanahan calls the defense. And I was like,
Possibly.
That's interesting. So this is basically his defense.
All right.
His defense. But we want to talk about the defense before they gave up 19 points to Cleveland. You know, what if Steve Wilks went up there today at the presser say, yeah, I called a bad play.
Yeah, fall on the sword.
But, I also didn't call 3 straight pass plays. We'll just take it the last drive, the burn clock.
You're the DC, not the head coach.
Yeah, but so what? But what if he went up there? What if he went up there and
then he'd be fired.
You know what? He put my defense back on the field after burning just 16 seconds. What if he did that?
Well, that's like me.
Would he be in the wrong?
Outing my significant other in a public setting, and he'd be like, now we're divorced.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
You've done that anyway.
There are certain things you can't do in certain relationships. And in the DC relationship to the head coach, you cannot call out your head coach. I'm sorry.
Scapegoat.
There's a pecking order.
Well, scapegoat. That's what it is. Let's go to James.